Here we are in this project file. I'm going to go in here and mute everything. Okay, so everything is muted now, and yesterday I started with the guitar track, so I'm going to go ahead and pull up my guitar, or pull out my guitar real quick, and we're going to start, I'm going to show you the progression that we came up with. I decided to just go with a standard chord progression of 8, 5, open, and 3. This is way more difficult than you can imagine because you can see my guitar, but I can't because this mic's in the way. So we're going to, basically what I like to do, especially in these bigger sections and on these lower tuned guitars, like that sounds good to me, but I also know that it helps to cut through the mix a little bit more, to have more definition. So I actually add this 4th string into it. This string to help make the chord bigger. We're gonna just go ahead and track that down real quick. Perfect. So let's go in here and we're gonna drag it to this guitar. Copy paste, and I'm gonna unmute it. Copy and paste to our heart's desire. Unmute this guitar. Great, perfect. That's exactly what we want to see happen. So, like I said, this feels like I'm cheating a little bit, but it is what it is, you know? Yesterday, you could have seen me really struggling with coming up with this stuff. So, but I really wanted you guys to hear this because this is still my writing process, and I'm still going to talk through it. So, like right now, we need a lead. And what I like to do is start with some of the higher notes in the chord. So that added 4th string. What I like to do is, I think that's a 5th. Just like if we were here, this would be the 5th. This is also 5ths. So just up higher, and for a lead section, we could really follow the chord progression. So we would do something a little bit like this. But I think the first time around, I'm actually going to go up, so we'll go. Like that, and then we'll walk it down. And then I was kind of noodling around with it at the end, and the second time around, I wanted to go. Somewhere around there. So let's play the whole thing from top to bottom. Perfect. So we'll take that, copy and paste it up, or just move it up to the lead line and turn the lead on. Perfect, exactly what I want. So I'm gonna put the guitar away and we're gonna program drums and bass real quick. And when I say program, I don't actually mean program because I'm not going back and reprogramming these drums. So I'm just gonna turn them on for you so you can hear what they sound like. Just tried to go with the standard rock beat, so something like something like that. And this is what it sounded like. And on the previous videos that you guys have seen, I had been using a different Get Good Drums kit. So I had been using this one right here. It's called the One Kit Wonder Brutal. I'm not going to pull it up now. Well, actually, I can. I'll just drop it in here so you can see. This is the kit that I had normally been using on the other one. It's much more tight, punchy, works really good with like extreme metal cases. And it sounds like this. A lot of dirty, broken cymbals. Like this stack here is all nasty and beat up, and this china over here has got a big crack, and this one's just destroyed. But I wanted something a little bit bigger, and so I've actually built out a drum set. Let me remove this now. I built out a drum set in Modern and Massive that I actually have titled Country Boy. But really fits with this sound because they're just really big, massive sounding drums, hence the word massive. But I've spent a lot of time trying to dial it in underneath the mixer settings and all that kind of stuff, and so it sounds like this. And I've been using this kit as like, I've been writing a lot of country music lately, so I've been using this kit for that. But it's got the sound that I want for what we're going for here. So I actually have everything routed out into their own drum channels here, and none of them are going to any post effects or anything like that. No reverbs or anything. So this is just all in the box for Get Good Drums, Modern and Massive. And I keep it all stemmed out so that way when I go to record, if I eventually want to use this track and I want to mix down a little bit better, I can stem out everything and then go through and do a little bit more processing. But by itself, the kit just sounds like this. And it's got like this, it's almost clipping, which sounds really cool for the sound. So after that, we went through and did bass. And bass is just simply following that rhythm electric guitar. So it sounds like this. And it's following the kick drum pattern. So everything together sounds like this. And I have some processing going on in bass too. I can walk you guys through a little bit of that right now. It is in Contact. I've just got punk bass. This is what I use for a lot of metal writing too. I know that there's a lot of better options out there like Eurobass and all that from Submission Audio. But I needed something a little bit more versatile, at least for what I was writing at the time. And so I just kind of stuck with this. And it's got some pretty good tones. And so I've just got it set on the first bass channel, and the tone knob turned all the way down. And then I have it routing to this bass group that I've built with the low end and then the high end, and then fusing them together in this bass group. And you can see there's a lot going on there. So like in the high end, there's compressor, archetype Gojira. I don't even know what I've got going through there right now. Let's hear that sound. Just to give it some like dirt and some grit. And then the low end sounds like this. And then when we fuse them together, as far as the instruments go that we would normally use. And these presets, I just wanted to dive into so you can see this is my standard recording template most of the time. I have this same bass chain going, the same drums besides maybe the brutal or the modern and massive kit. And then my guitars are all going through Archetype Gojira as well, and just whatever presets I've built in there. So from there, what I decided to do was start to build some key channels. And in Waves, they've got this plugin called Flow Motion, and I just pulled up this simple patch. It sounds like this. So it's simple, it's nice. What I wanted to do was just to sit low into the mix. And so there's that Flow Motion patch, and then there's this one that is literally just a pad. It sounds like this. I mean, it is low, and together they're working to kind of create a pad overall. So this is what it sounds like. And what I did there, the one pad is literally just D sharp. This pad actually followed the chord progression. So it goes B, G sharp, D sharp, F sharp. And so what I do is go B drones the whole time. And then I change my left hand note as the chord progression changes. So it sounds a little bit like this. Simple, easy, but it just sets up underneath the mix and it sounds like this. I just felt like it gave it some more atmosphere. From there, what we did was I went into Splice. I've been using Splice a lot here recently for some of my projects. I'm not sponsored. This isn't an affiliate or anything like that. I've never really used Splice until this past week, and because I've been involved here recently with a lot of country music writing, I needed things like banjo samples and dobro samples, and I don't have either one of those in my studio, and I quite frankly don't know how to play either one of those instruments. So Splice is a great place to find sounds, and so we went into Splice and found a couple different effects that we are using to help, what we call them production effects, and it's to help give a better emphasis of coming into moments and sections and help drive situations. So like the whole song starts with this like cinematic boom. And we keep them buried pretty far down into the mix. They don't need to like overtake everything. They just need to be there to help bring the moment up. We also added some tambourines because I'm a tambourine boy, and I think tambourines sound awesome under choruses mixed very, very low, not the focal point, very, very low. And then the other effect that we pulled in was this like riser to come into the second half of that chorus, and it sounds like this. Just to help make that moment feel like we're transitioning into something else. And then we have the other impact that happens at the beginning of the second half of the chorus, and it sounds like this. So altogether in the mix, what I'll do is hit play at the beginning section here, a little bit of the tambourine, then I'll skip forward so you can hear it going into the second chorus. So there's that one, and then here's the second impact. Really just creates this moment that's like, and the great thing about Splice is you can search up things as far as like in Splice, as you can see here, if you need something, you can search specifically, like I looked up tambourine. You can also look exact tempo range. So I was able to get the exact timing of tambourine that I needed, and that's 85 BPM. But like for those risers and stuff, it was as easy as going into effects. Let's go to riser. And as you can see, there's a bunch of them in here. I mean, it goes on forever. But to help you out and to narrow down your search, you can go to key, and then you can pick the key that the song is in. And then it's going to show you all the risers that are in that key. So it really works great. So like I said, this isn't an affiliate of any sort for Splice. But I would suggest using it because it has been fantastic in my workflow just over the past week. I love having like a library of samples and stuff to pull from. The problem is I don't have a lot of time just to scour the internet for things, and Splice makes that so easy. So do yourself a favor, try it out. There's like a 14-day trial. You can get in there and hear all the things that you need. So from here, we landed, and I was like, you know what? I had some extra time. I wanted to go in and record a vocal line to really make this shoegazy part or the shoegazy chorus feel fuller. And we had time, so I decided to go in here and start playing around with vocal lines. So we typed up some really quick lyrics, and what I said was, shoegaze, since the notes are all strung out for so long vocally, they don't particularly have to rhyme. I ended up landing with this scheme where literally the first whole line ends with you, and then the last one ends with me. And then we went through and recorded main lines, and we recorded harmonies. So what I'll do here is I'll actually record just one of the main lines for you guys, and then I'll record one of the harmonies, and then the other ones we'll just go ahead and unmute so you can see my process of recording. Shoegaze has a lot of reverb and delay on the vocals, so these things are like flooded with reverb and delay, which is pretty awesome. So, for example, here comes the reverb. Check 1, 2. I see. And so that was the line that we recorded. And you can see my vocal chain doesn't have much going on. We're going to go through here. I've already got that line recorded, so I'm actually going to delete that and let you hear the harmony. Same thing with the other one. Records the exact same way, and then I just drop it down, and the chain should be exactly the same down in the harmony section. And as you can see, there is a main line here, and I will mute these so you can hear a main line, and these two are also the main melody, panned hard left and right. And I'll let you take a listen real fast. I see you, I know you. So that's what those sound like. And then the harmonies are same thing, exact same harmony. I see you, I know you. And then all together with the track going, this is the final product that we get. I see. I hope you guys enjoyed it. That is a quick process of what I would do if somebody asked me to write a shoegazy part. You just got to remember big chords, beautiful melody lines, huge drums. Everything's just got to be big. I mean, shoegaze is just big, lots of gain, lots of distortion, distortion before effects sometimes, just really creating a wall of noise that actually sounds good. That's the thing. It's got to sound good. It can't just sound like noise. It's got to have some kind of cohesive nature to it. And if you want to see me flesh out the rest of this song, go ahead and let me know down in the comments below. And if you are in the area and you're wanting to do some recording in person, go ahead and hit up the link that's down below, ghostnoisestudio.com. Would love to be able to write with you and help get your song recorded. If you're remote and you're just needing some mixing or mastering or post-production done, go ahead and hit me up as well at ghostnoisestudio.com. Would love to work with you on your project and help you out in any way that I possibly can. I love you guys, appreciate you, and I'll see you guys next time.